Hello everyone, welcome to another Spy Penguin 3TX video, and today I'm going to try my hand at some commentary. Now, oops, as you can see I'm in creative mode at the moment, and that is the reason, and if you read the title, you know why. These are my personal thoughts on, why I don't think we have a warden dimension or skulk dimension in Minecraft. Anyway, I got this compass here. Oh yes, and this is a floating shipwreck in the sky. I did not paste this in. You can see the ever part of it down here. Kind of weird how it showed up. I honestly don't know what happened. But anyway, we're going to just head over to this. So this is obviously just a theory, and I'm no expert. I can't read people's minds, and I can't give you any sure answers on, why Mojang didn't add a new dimension to Minecraft with the wild update, I believe it was called, is when they added the warden in the ancient city. But anyway, I'm gonna head to an ancient city here and just talk about stuff here. But now this theory, of course, heavily depends on the assumption that the city center structure is a portal. Mojang has neither confirmed nor denied that this is a portal. And I should be able to show it to you in just a second. Where is it? I'm not going to loot this thing, obviously, because I'm in creative mode. I'm just going to walk around here and talk. Okay, does this look like an open area? Nope. I have a compass to the center. This city was discovered in survival. Here we are. Okay, so... Okay, where is the city center? It almost looks like a beacon, like the whole cobblestone lava tower there. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Right in front of me. There we are. Kind of divided in two. Interesting. Okay. So here is the city center. That's its official name anyway. But it's commonly referred to as the portal. And obviously I'm muted here because, warden sounds and stuff, they actually scare me. Like, I've had wardens scare me in creative mode, not gonna lie. They've, done a really good job of designing this mob, but... So, the reason many people think it's a portal is not only that does it look like a portal, but there also is another structure, and I'll have to see if I can find it... Not there. There's a very specific structure that... here it is. When the snapshots of the wild update came out back in the day, this was called a mini portal statue in the game's code. However, they changed it later to something else for the official update because I think Mojang doesn't want you to actually know if this is a portal or not. However, So, is this perhaps Mojang confirming that that is a portal? Because this obviously looks like the city center, but, it might not actually be a portal anymore, because Mojang could just change their mind and say that this isn't actually a portal, this is something else, but who knows. Now, you have to understand, of course, if they add a giant portal-looking thing, why would they add this without another dimension? It seems like a purposeless structure. Well, that's actually not the case, because when it comes to just things like jungle temples and desert temples, Mojang always had a purpose for those structures, and the simple purpose is to make the game more interesting. You see, Mojang, what they do, have a very interesting approach to how they handle structures and mysteries in the game. Look at all these shriekers. I'm getting distracted. They have a very interesting approach in that they do not actually tell you what these structures are, who built them, or what the purposes serve. They leave that up to us for interpretation. So, So, we know it's called an ancient city. We know the warden spawns here. And we know we have a lot of things that look like the warden here. But... they don't confirm or deny anything. Who built this? Why is it here? Because we have, there's a lot of different stuff here. We have... Okay, where are those towers? I'm looking for to make a point. We have these towers that look like pillager towers, but these may or may not be built like intended to be built like before the city's ruin or after or during. Who knows? It's all left up into interpretation, and that's the point. They want you to guess. They want you to not know what this true purpose of these things are, like these echo shards. This city is designed to bring this whole structure is designed to challenge people in Minecraft. Like, I mean, we've had speedrunners for so long. The most challenging thing in the game used to be beating the Ender Dragon or fighting the Wither. But now speedrunners have like nailed every concept of how to get it done very quickly. Like, I think the current world record is something like 7 minutes or in something beating the game. And that's obviously not Mojang's original intention. So when gamers get so good at beating the game, or they want the game to be more challenging, otherwise it'll become boring. So you have this city, and its purpose is to provide the gamers a challenge. The reason to come here is obviously for the rare loot. And, well, that pretty much narrows it down. Now, the thing is, the reason they add the portal is to provide you lore. This skulk stuff is so alien-like in the game. It doesn't make sense for it to have come from the overworld. So, whether or not it was created with that weird-looking portal thing, or if it was actually came from another dimension, they leave it all up for your interpretation, with no defined answers. Maybe Skulk was always infecting the overworld, but it seems more like a cancer almost in this game. Something just feels like it doesn't belong. And that's why people want a Skulk dimension so much, but dimensions are hard to make. I mean, the Never update was the 10th anniversary of Minecraft, and that was already a set dimension. And you had you have the fabled end update. Well, we kind of had an end update with 1.9 where they added a light truss so that you'd have more reasons to go to the end than besides just killing the dragon, and all. But, I mean, this whole place, I don't believe it was ever intended to have a dimension here. This portal simply serves as a guess or an explanation of where this stuff came from. I mean, the warden is designed to... Let's see if I can make him come out. Probably can. Just walking around here a little bit. Come on out, warden. Come out. Show my viewers you're the star of the show here today. Should be a little bit... Is he being stage fright? Come on. Come on, warden. Come on. I don't see him. I'm in the temple structure, I think. This thing kind of looks like some sort of altar of worship. Oh, there he is. I didn't see him come out. This thing is designed to be a scary challenge. Now, of course... Like, even some of the most experienced PvPers, this thing is not meant to be, like, beaten. It's more of something to be avoided. Something to run from. You don't actually... I haven't, like... I've seen a few Minecraft YouTubers who, like, actually can successfully fight this thing, but they never take it on in a fair one-on-one fight. It's not possible to beat one of these with just a sword. Not easily, anyway. You have to trap it somehow. You have to pillar up an arrow at it. You have to use fishing rods to make it take a ton of fall damage. It's designed to be something to run from. If I was in survival right now, I'd probably be dead already. But this thing's AI is pretty dumb just to jump off a ledge like that. Wow. I mean, obviously it's a very intimidating mob. And it does its job well. It's supposed to provide a challenge, and it has a very interesting backstory all laid out before us, but it's all left to us for our interpretation. And it's funny how Mojang does this. It's like, take a game for like The Legend of Zelda, for example. When you go to a structure in The Legend of Zelda, most structures that is, I haven't played a whole lot of the games, but there's a certain pattern where you can either quickly figure out what the purpose of that structure is and why it was built, or you can get the whole backstory of the structure. Like, you have the whole castle, or those giant beasts from Breath of the Wild, that mechanical monster weapon things, that you can find out like why they exist and whatnot. But when it comes to things like a desert temple, Mojang just leaves that up to us to figure out. They don't actually want us to have lore, or because they want the sense of mystery to stay here. They want us to wonder and to explore, to interpret things and tell the story in a way maybe they never could. I mean, this game is designed to be endless, you know? It's therefore it can't have any defined answers. Anyway, that's why I believe Mojang didn't put in a skulk dimension or whatever. Also, I believed, well, I have one final point. If you compare a warden to the Enderman, because the Enderman is kind of like the mini-boss compared to an Ender Dragon, what would players have to face if they went into the skulk dimension? People would be expecting a giant boss battle or something. If Mojang really didn't want to disappoint us. And that would require, and if anyone stood a chance for anyone to stand a chance against that boss, it would require some new, extremely overpowered weapons and armor. And the thing about those weapons and armor would mean that it would make servers extremely unbalanced. Like, imagine just like somebody gets that weapon. Somebody can speedrun the game to get those weapons or in armor before anyone else, and suddenly they can dominate an entire server, making noobs, new players, or anybody else have a ridiculously hard time just trying to learn the game and all this new overpowered stuff. Like, even it's hard enough for if it's on a PvP server, or like there's a lot of PvP going on, for a new player to even survive if someone has diamond armor, let alone theoretical god-like armor that would be capable of facing a warden king or whatever, would be on the other side. And then again, making a skulk dimension would also be really hard in the way you'd have to find a way to make it interesting. Like, would it be as barren and empty as the end is today? Or would it be something like the Nether with all these random plant variants and stuff? But you can't just... It needs to have a purpose, too. I mean, Mojang also has to, like, consider how many players would actually go to a skulk dimension. How many players would actually want to fight a big boss, or what kind of loot would have to be there, and how can they add such loot without making it too overpowered so that it wouldn't ruin everyone else's experience that maybe just doesn't want to or doesn't have access to such a dimension yet, or maybe just doesn't have the experience or knowledge. I mean, they're trying to be fair to all players here, and it's not an easy task. I guess I don't know what I'd do in their shoes, honestly. I mean, there's a lot to think about. But that's enough of me rambling today. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and those are my personal opinions. Feel free to share whatever you think why there's no skulk dimension in the comments below. And always remember that Jesus loves you. Ooh, that's way too close. Bye.